Hi Leo, my ascendant brothers and sisters, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Leo, this is for you. Remember, they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody. That is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, my dear lions, you have, but before we get into that, if you would like to book your personal reading with me, you can do so on the link in the description box below. I'm now also offering personal energy work as well. And also, if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share. And if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. For your key to the week, you have the Death card. Endings, completions, culminations, and remember, when the Death card shows up, you're being presented, ultimately you are, whether it feels like it or not, you're being presented with a choice. You can allow this thing to go through its natural end and perish, or you can hold on to it and allow it to, this is kind of like, you know, when you see, I'm sure you've all seen the picture where there's like two apples and one of them's rotten, and because it's sort of sat right next to it and they're touching, the other one starts to rot as well. This is kind of one of those moments where you're being invited by life in all of these different areas to let something go, to release something. And by doing so, you're going to free up space, time, effort, attention, money possibly as well. And by doing so, by allowing this thing to go through its natural passing away, this end or death or completion, it will allow you to move forward in so much other ways because it frees up all of these other resources. For your actions and options, you've got the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is usually a water sign male, Pisces, Cancer or Scorpio. But coupled with the Death card, this is a Scorpio man. So he shows up here very, very strong, right? So a Scorpio male is very likely to feature or to be some part of your experience over the course of this week. Now, the actions that you're taking, the King of Cups, especially in this specific deck, it's actually about opulence, right? It's about having the, and look, right, he's surrounded by opulence, honey. Okay, like this really is about all forms of resources, money, yes, absolutely, but it's also about having the best experience that you can so that you feel emotionally full as well as physically full. How this translates in terms of what you could release, your idea of what that looks like, right? So maybe this week you're starting to let go of like, actually what I consider to be abundance isn't what most people do, right? I don't need A, B and C. I think you're getting really clear on what you want, why you want it, and you know what the difference is between that and what you're told you should want. I think effectively this is you really becoming emotionally mature this week and allowing yourself to let go of ideals or just like ideals or I don't know, because object is too limiting a word, but you kind of get my drift, right? So when it comes to the options that are available to you, a Scorpio male may very well help you or assist you with this in some way, shape or form. But the options that are available to you is to let go of the preconceived notions or ideas that are actually stopping rather than serving you getting to where it is that you would like to be or achieving what you would like to achieve. When it comes to your communications and conversations, you've got the King of Pentacles. All right, so what do we see here? Two kings. Two kings represents minor council. This would be, whether it's with me or anybody else is irrelevant, this would be a great week for a tarot reading, an astrology reading, you know, I Ching, energy work, all of it. Whether it's with me or not is irrelevant. this would be a great week for you to seek that minor counsel, specifically when it comes to your career and your communications, and also when it comes to what you're ready to release now when it comes to your emotional baggage. Now, when it comes to communications in general, that King of Pentacles is giving you a really solid, sturdy outlook. It's also helping you see things exactly as they are, as opposed to how you would like them to be. When it comes to those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, I actually think this is a lot of you coming into a realization that if you are ever going back to school, it's going to be for something that you want to do, as opposed to something that your parents wanted for you, etc. If you're in studies and you're in school now, this might be where you come to realize, actually, I've been doing this for everybody else. I don't see you leaving it, but I think with that narrative reframe, you kind of come into a moment where you say to yourself, actually, yeah, originally this was for A, B, and C. Maybe it was for the status, maybe it was for this, maybe it was for whatever. But now it's for me. Right, so you're reclaiming this in some way, which, you know, is the end of, the death of, the completion of people pleasing. Fuck yeah. All right. For when it comes to those of you that are employed by somebody else, this card usually shows up as promotions, pay rises, etc. Because you've got this death card here, though, it does suggest to me that some kind of some responsibility that you have or have had is leaving now, right? So there could be something taken off your plate, but don't feel like, oh, you know, they're taking this away from me, so it means they want to get rid of me. Actually, what this is doing is freeing up a lot of time and space for you to focus on being better at your job, and that will create the kind of movement that you are really wanting to see, right? So when it comes to your home, when it comes to your, those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this is actually really lovely, because it means that the kind of people that you're working with, connecting with, that you're collaborating with moving forward, not only are they solid, but they have the money to spend with you and your business. But that death card means that there are going to be certain connections, certain types of clientele, etc., that are maybe you're having to let go of now in order to go after those bigger fish. It shows evolution. When it comes to those of you that are retired and no longer working, this will be you getting a handle on, or getting really personally involved in your finances. What have I got? What do I need? Where do they tally up? Where do they not? And what plans or solid structures do I have in place to bridge the gap? When it comes to your love and relations, you've got the 8 of Cups. So for those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, for a very select few of you, this might be the final week where you absolutely do say to yourself, and maybe even to a partner, it's time, right? We gave it our best shot. We did everything that we could, but actually this doesn't feel like it's for us anymore. That 8 of Cups can be about what we're walking away from, and it can also be, for those of you that are coupled that are not walking away from your relationship, this could suggest that you are addressing the elephant in the room when it comes to the emotional baggage, right? And with this death card, it's like you're able to let go of something that has been in the way of the relationship being the best that it could be. Maybe even 2 Kings, minor counsel, maybe through therapy, maybe through couples counselling. There's a few ways that this will show up for you. Now, that said, for those of you that are single and looking, honestly, there are so many other things here that you seem to be focused on. I don't think you're too bothered about the rest of it, if I'm completely honest with you. The 8 of Cups also, because you've got the death card, it's like you're letting go of whatever preconceived ideas of relationships or notions of relationships that you've had previously. And you're not even on the clearing cohort, right? This month's clearing cohort is all about love. Make sure you check out the video for it. That's in the link in the description box below. But if you want to get into this, you want to delve into your own astrology, tarot, numerology, and do the energy work around love, relationship, and partnership, this is the session for you. This month is all about love. So as I said, every month I'm going to pick a different theme. Remember, there are only 8 spaces. So if you want to get on this one, get in quick. Last time they went, I think it was like all spaces were gone within 10 days. So there's that. Now, when it comes to your money and materials, you've got the Three of Swords, right? So the Three of Swords, sorry, I got itchy lip. The Three of Swords coupled with the Death card. I'm really sorry to say this. There are very few combinations in tarot that mean literal physical death. This is one of them. And when the King of Cups came out, I don't think it's going to be the King of Pentacles. I think it will be the King of Cups. This doesn't have to be immediate family, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is somebody that is really close to you, right? Maybe a really good friend, maybe a really good uncle or aunt, potentially, you know, a touchwood, a sibling. I don't want to say that this will happen for anybody, but it is a natural part of life. And if you've been with me long enough, you know, here in the Reydiant Nation, I talk about everything, and every week I put out this disclaimer. I forgot to do it this week, but I make sure that people know, like, if you can't handle the heavy predictions, Radiant Reality is not the place for you. All right, I'm just going to tell you straight up. This is a combination of death. Now, we are talking about your resources, but I wonder if this is money that makes its way to you through an inheritance. And so that's why it's come up here, and it's a very pertinent message for those of you, when it comes to your resources. For some of you, this could be the paying off of a debt. For others, this could be a financial move that you were either going to make that you no longer wish to, or that you take an offer off the table in some way, or vice versa. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, the Three of Swords, for some of you, this could be potentially, for some of you, this could be about a surgery that might need to take place. And if this is you already, and you're clear that, you know, yes, that's, obviously I'm not a doctor, I can't give you medical advice, it's not a diagnosis. But if you have this kind of thing, this might be that, right? When it comes to your home and environment, the Three of Swords. So for some of you, this could be that you are thinking about sort of severing ties with the home. For others, this could be work that needs to be done on the home. And the Three of Swords would suggest that there's something that needs to be either removed, right? So maybe you've got a pipe that's burst, it needs to come out and it needs to be replaced, right? There's something here that needs to be removed in order for things to improve. And when it comes to like the interpersonal stuff around home, this could be a permanent goodbye of some sort. I really hope I'm wrong on this front, but it is, you know, and look at this, right? Look what is really interesting about this. You've got you see the swan, then you've got the black swan, right? So there's a balance point between this Three of Swords and this Eight of Cups. And interestingly enough, the Eight of Cups is about walking away or addressing an emotional imbalance, whereas the Three of Swords is about a removal or a letting go. So in some way, shape or form, there is a release point this week, and all of this under the guise of the Death card, something comes to a close here, whether this is financial, whether it's familial, whether it's, relational, all very, very possible. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Look after yourselves. Let me know if it's not too personal in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.